In this video with Safari on the iPhone, we're going to look at how we can browse our history as well as how we can manage our bookmarks. Now, before we get started, if you like what you see here, stick around to the end. I'll tell you a little bit more about myself and how you can help support my efforts in creating these videos. All right, let's get back to Safari on the iPhone. Now, the first thing we're going to do is take a look at history. How we can manage our history, how we can see what pages we viewed, and how we can move between those different pages. Tap on these two buttons down here to move back and forth between your history. So if I wanted to go back, I tap on the left arrow, and it brings me back. I tap on it again, it takes me back to the previous page. I want to go forward, I tap on this arrow here, it takes me forward, I tap on it again, it goes forward again. In addition to that, we can also long press on these. So when I long press on this one here, I get a little menu that pops up. And then from here, I'm able to select what page I want to go to in my history. So let's just go back a little bit. We're going to go to this page here. And let's go back one more. I'm going to tap on this one here. We can also see our history going forward, if that makes sense. But basically, if I long press on this one, what it's going to do is it's going to show me all of the pages going forward. So in addition to going back and forth one page at a time, we can also just long press on these two buttons right down here to see our history, to view more of our history. Now, in addition to that, Safari on the iPhone also has a special place where we can view all of our history and even search for it. To do that, what we do is we go over here to this book. When I tap on this book, what I need to do is I need to go to this little area here, the clock. When I tap on that, what it does is it shows me all of my history. So here's all of my history. And what I'm able to do is swipe up to go back in time. And what it'll do is it'll even categorize them by day. So if you wanted to go and find a page from a specific day that you visited, you can do that as well. You just tap on the day. So let's just go with Wednesday here. And when I tap on it, I can see all of the pages that I visited that day. Tap on any one of these to open it up in Safari. Well, what about search? How can we search? Well, the search is actually hidden. What I need to do is I just need to swipe down here. We don't want to get rid of this card here. So what I have to do is I just have to swipe down in this little area here. So when I swipe down to get to the top of that, watch what happens when I get to the very top. I have search. So in some cases, what you may need to do is just swipe down to get to this search. I tap in here. Keyboard comes up, and now what it'll do is it'll search my history. It's not going to search the internet. It's not going to search a web page. It's going to search my history. To clear a page from your history, just swipe to the left on a page. So I swipe to the left, and you're going to see that as I swipe, it removes that page from history. If you wanted to remove all of it, then what you do is you go back to your history here, and you're going to see clear. If I tap on clear, what it's going to do is it's going to allow me to clear all of the history. And then our last option here is edit. When I tap on edit, I can also select multiple pages at the same time. So let's just say I wanted to remove those. I have those two selected, and now I tap on delete, and it'll remove those two pages. So in addition to removing single pages, we can also select what pages we want to remove, and we can just clear them all. So that's how we can view our history with Safari. Now let's take a look at bookmarks. Bookmarks, as you probably know, are how we can save our pages that we want to visit on a regular basis. We save them as a bookmark. So in order to save a page as a bookmark, let's say I wanted to save this page here as a bookmark, my site. What I do is I tap on the share icon. I'm going to share this as a bookmark. So I tap on it, and then you're going to see when you swipe up, add bookmark. And that's all I have to do. So now I just tap on add bookmark. I name it what I want, and then from here I save it where I want. I don't want this in shopping favorites, so I tap on that, and then I can select what folder I want to put it in. I'll show you how you create folders here shortly. So I want to save this as a favorite, so I tap on Favorites, and now what it's going to do is it's going to save it in my favorites. I tap on Save, and that bookmark is in my favorites. Let's go and save one more. So I'm going to use my little trick here to change to a different tab. I just swipe over to the left, and let's go with this page here. I'd like to bookmark this. Tap on the share icon, swipe up, add bookmark. I tap on where I want to save it to. We're just going to leave it in favorites. I can rename it here if I want. I tap on Save, and it saves it. So now I've just saved a couple of bookmarks. Where did it save those to? Where can I manage these folders? Where can I see these folders? How can I pull up this bookmark? Well, in order to view your bookmarks, what you do is you go back over to this book where we had our history. I tap on it. And now what we need to do is we need to go to the Bookmarks tab. When I tap on that, I can view all of my bookmarks. So here are all the different folders that I have. Remember those 2 pages that I added? I added them to favorites. More on favorites in a little bit. I tap on Favorites, and now you're going to see I have those pages there. So we can see that Dance Tutorials is here, and I also have Yahoo. Those are the last 2 that I added. I tap on it to open it up. So if you want to browse around your bookmarks, all you have to do, I'm going to close this here, all you have to do is just tap on this, make sure you're looking at your bookmarks, and then from here you can tap on any one of these folders to open it up and then open up a bookmark from that folder. All right, so that's how we can save a bookmark and open it. All right, so now that we know how to add a bookmark, we know how we can find those bookmarks, what about managing these bookmarks? Maybe what I'd like to do is remove a bookmark, or I want to move it to a different folder, or even create a new folder to put that bookmark in. How can I do that? Well, basically what we need to do is we need to go back over to our bookmarks. So I'm going to tap on my bookmarks here. And then from here, what I do is I tap on Edit. Now, when I tap on Edit, what it's going to allow me to do is edit these folders here. So I tap on Edit, and you're going to see I'm able to remove a folder here. If I remove a folder, it's going to remove all of the bookmarks in that folder. So how can I manage or edit the bookmarks within a folder? Well, what I have to do is I have to first open up that folder. So I'm going to tap on Done here. We're not going to make any changes. And let's just go over to Shopping Favorites. Let's see what I have in there. So I have 3 pages in there. I would like to edit these. Maybe I want to remove one. Well, then what I do is I tap on Edit now that I'm in that folder, and I can edit that folder. So from here I can remove it. I can tap on any one of them to rename it. And then I can also rearrange them by dragging these around. If I want to move it to a different folder, I can do that as well. I tap on it, and then you're going to see where the location is. I tap on that, and I can change the location. So basically what we need to do is we need to go to the folder where our bookmark is that we want to edit. So if I wanted to edit these bookmarks here, what do? Tap on it and go to Edit. And I can edit that. I can remove it. I can change the name. I can change the location. I want to edit. Let's go back here a little bit. I want to edit Work Favorites. Tap on it. Tap on Edit. And now I can remove those. I can rearrange them. And if I want to rename it, I tap on it. I can rename it. And if I want to move this bookmark, I tap on the location. So that's basically how we can manage the bookmarks. Now, let's say we wanted to create a new folder. How can I do that? Well, the first thing that we need to do is we need to go to where we want to create a new folder in. So I'm at the root folder here. So this is where all of my folders are. I want to add a new folder in here. What I do is I tap on Edit, and then I'm able to create a new folder. If I wanted to create a new folder in a folder, so I wanted to nest one. So let's say I wanted to add a folder in troubleshooting. I tap on troubleshooting. Now I go to Edit, and when I tap on Edit, I'm able to add a new folder in there. Once I add that new folder, what I'm able to do when I tap on a bookmark, I'm able to change it to that new folder. So it's a little bit clunky on the iPhone, but once you see how it all works, it's really not too bad. We first have to go to the folder that we want to edit, and then from there we're able to make changes to it. Now let's take a look at a special folder here. We have a special folder called Favorites. What is this Favorites? Well, if you're not familiar with Safari's start page, I'm going to close this, and we're just going to go and create a new page. So I'm going to go tap on this tab bar, I'm going to tap on the plus, and it creates a new blank page. When you create a new blank page, what it does is it opens up to Safari's start page. And within Safari's start page, by default, you're going to see we have favorites. These are all of the websites within that favorites folder. So remember how I added Dan's tutorials? That's why it shows here, because I added it to my favorites. Well, I had more in there. I had Yahoo as well. Well, if I go to show all, what it's going to do is it's going to show me Yahoo here. It's going to show me all the bookmarks within that favorites folder. So the favorites folder is a special folder that shows on your start page. So if you access a website on a regular basis, what you may want to do is put it into that favorites folder. And how do we do that? Well, basically we just go to manage our bookmarks here. It's just a folder. You're going to see I have favorites here. And now what I'm able to do is remove these, change them around, add new ones. So I don't want to have Yahoo. I just want to take that one out. All I have to do is just tap on edit here, or what I can do is I can just swipe to the left, and when I do, it removes that bookmark. Let's go and remove one more. We're just going to remove mine. Not that I really want you to, but let's just say I no longer need that. I just swipe to the left, and then it'll remove that. So now that I've removed those from the favorites, if we look, you're going to see that when I'm looking at my start page here, I no longer have Dan's tutorials, and I no longer have Yahoo. If I were to add one here, let's just go and add a site. So I'm going to go to Wiki. I access that site quite a bit. I want to add this as a favorite in my bookmark. Tap on Share. Swipe up. Add bookmark. And then from here, I make sure it's in favorites. But you may have noticed something there. In my share icon, remember this is a special folder. In my share sheet, I should say this is not my share icon. I got to it by tapping on the share icon. There was, or is, add to favorites. All I have to do is just tap on that, and it'll add it to my favorites. So I tap on save, and now when we go back to my start page, you're going to see I have Wikipedia here. And if I look at my bookmarks, we're looking at my favorites, you're going to see I have Wikipedia here. So even though favorites is just a bookmarks folder, it is just a little bit more. Basically what it does is it takes all those websites that you have in your favorite bookmarks and it adds them to your start page. And then also what you're able to do is easily save a website in your favorites folder just by going to the share sheet. So that's what your favorites are. So that's basically how we can browse our history and manage our bookmarks in Safari on the iPhone. Now, if you found this video helpful, what you may want to do is like the video. You can share it with your friends and family. You can subscribe to my channel. It all helps. But in addition to that, you may want to check out danstutorials.com. In addition to having more videos, I also have an AI assistant modeled after an Apple genius, and I host classes and webinars on a regular basis. So how can you help support my efforts? Well, it is a membership-based site. When you become a member of the site, I take out all of the ads of the videos, so you're not going to see any of those pesky ads. You have access to my AI assistant, modeled after an Apple genius, and you have access to my classes and webinars. In addition to that, you're also helping support a small business. It is just me in a corner office of my house. I'm not part of some large organization. So when you become a member, you are directly supporting my efforts in creating these videos. Check out danstutorials.com for more information, and thanks for watching.